Well, I think what it is about Nkosi's words or contribution, it's storyless. There is no story around it.
I love it.
And that's precious in itself, because stories are so woven into everything. Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, Faith. It's rare. I mean, think about it. When was the last time you sat with someone that simply didn't give any credence to your story whatsoever? Whatever you said was fine. Didn't matter to him. Because he didn't see you as your story. You see you as your story. But he doesn't. And that you're like, oh. Maybe I don't need a story.
But the thing is that because he speaks in this storyless manner, what he says applies to everybody. No matter what their main problem is, what he's saying will address that problem. You know what I mean? It's not like you can turn off and say, oh, he's talking to so-and-so about something or other. Whatever he might be speaking to Alice about her particular life circumstances, but the way he speaks addresses my particular life circumstances, which may be way different from Alice's. You know what I mean? That it's because it's storyless, it applies to every single person.
Yeah.
So what do all me's have in common?
We have a story.
Seeking.
Many stories.
Seeking. The me is seeking. That's the difference. When you're with Nkosi, you feel what it's like to be with someone that's not seeking.
And what all me's have in common is suffering.
Well, yeah, because you're seeking for something that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, it's painful, but it's also comical because the me is looking for what's not here. And what's not here is, if it's not here now, it's never going to be here. Right? So the me is all about future. Go ahead, Faith.
I was just going to say, what pisses me off about the me is that it's never satisfied. Never satisfied. That's what draws me to this message. It's never satisfied. It doesn't matter. You know, I'm going for a swim today and it's got something going on in its head that's not right. But if I fix that, it'll come up with another thing that's not right. And it just goes on and on and on.
Yeah. So thankfully, there can be some relief when it's seen that that voice is not you.
And I suppose for me, that's what Nkosi's contribution has been, to really point to say, that doesn't belong to you. That going on in your head, that doesn't belong to you. I mean, you've contributed, and Dan and the whole thing, but Nkosi's words just seem to zoom in.
No pun intended.
Oh, true.
Well, as I always say, my favorite word that I first heard him use was already. Because again, if he was saying something to me that was just so radical, I just hadn't heard another, spiritual teacher say, well, the me is already not there. Like that clearly, already not there. And I just took it literally. I'm like, well, then what is? I mean, think about it. The me is trying to do the impossible. Yeah. It's trying to bring about wholeness.
Yeah, because we feel so incomplete. Are you hearing that echo? Or is it just, yeah, sorry. We feel so incomplete that we're always searching for something to complete us.
Yeah. So that's the hamster wheel. Do you guys get it? I feel incomplete, so I'm going to seek something to end my feeling of incompletion, right? It makes logical sense, right? It has a logic to it. I'm in pain, and so everything I've learned has taught me to go look for a solution naturally. Except that doesn't apply.
So the solution is already here.
Yeah, there's only, and again, that was, Nkosi, if you listen to him, he's basically saying there's only this over and over. So you say, yeah, but what about? And he says, well, there's only this. And you say, yeah, but I have this problem. And he just smiles.
It can be very annoying to the me.
Yeah, because the me wants to be taken seriously. So that's what makes this meeting so different. There's no offer here of any help at all for any me. Because it doesn't see you as a me. So I made a post today on Facebook, even feeling like you'll never get this, right? I'm never gonna get this. That's this too. So like when Nkosi says effortless and obvious. So effortless, that's not talking to the me. Right? Because the me is effort. So Nkosi's saying it's effortless. But the me is constantly trying to do. So you see the problem there. And then he's saying obvious. What's that all about? Right? It doesn't seem obvious. Basically. Yeah. It's what obvious, I'm going to take a valiant effort here at the impossible. Obvious is this, what's happening right now. So Michael apparently speaking, you apparently listening, sipping of drink, scratching, shifting in your chair, taking a breath. It's obvious, right? My voice is, it's that obvious. So that's what, when they say it's so immediate that thought, oh, yeah, that's why I really liked Nkosi's latest, that thought and imagination are always too late.
Yes, Michael, I like that. I very much like that too. Thought and imagination come too late or whatever it was. And that puts the me to bed, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's why the word already it just slayed me. Already, how do you even take a step?
That's Joe.
I think so. Oh. Well, it fascinates me how Nkosi can say the same thing, but say it differently time after time after time. And I need to hear it time after time. But I suppose he's pointing to the same thing, but he's saying it in a different way time after time. And I just think that's magical because it joy to my heart.
I just had never heard anything like it. And, you know, he brought tears. Do you remember the first time he came and just opened his mouth? Because something in his voice cracked your heart.
Yes. I feel when I'm working with him or talking with him in the sessions, the deeper I go, the more available I am to my stuff, and the more that I can present it. It's like he and I are just doing a beautiful dance together. Wherever I'm moving, he's moving right there with me, and it's just it really feels like unconditional love. And there's just nowhere I can go with him. I know you'd asked the question, Joyce. I mean, I feel that there's nowhere I can go that maybe you haven't touched upon either. It's just being a human being. So I have no secrets. So I can bring everything out to him. And it's just amazing. Like, it's held with unconditional love. And maybe it's like that part of me that always felt it was unacceptable or not lovable. I mean, it's like he's teaching me how to love myself. I mean, that sounds pretty, but I'm loving myself much more through being with him because nothing sticks. What a gift. I mean, it's an incredible gift. Several times I say to myself, thank you, Michael, for having these webinars so that I could meet you. And I had a bunch of sessions with you before I met Nkosi. And it just continues, and I'm just so grateful for that.
Well, we're equally as grateful for you because, you know, you're right in there asking the questions and getting him to speak those answers that are just, I just hear it as unconditional love speaking.
Yes.
He reminds us of who we are, you know, that we're not experiencing as a me, but he reminds us that we are all that.
But again, already, that I'm telling you, already, because then there's no waiting. See, if already doesn't sort of land, then you're still going to be seeking because you don't believe it's already. You think something's missing. That's the illusion, and that's the suffering.
You used to use the word prior a lot, but yeah, already's better because it implies no sense of time moving. It was this, now it's this. It's just always already.
Exactly.
There.
Exactly. And listen, every story that we've ever, all the story, there's no Joyce there already to have any story. That's just imagination because as Nkosi just brings it back, there's only this. Even what seems to be an exception, another Nkosiism that I love, because that's the fine print. So that covers your yeah but, because your yeah buts are saying, well, this is an exception in Nkosi. Okay, it's all this, but I got this, you know, I got a problem. So that's why I loved even what seems to be an exception, because it's acknowledging some things don't feel, they feel like an exception. And he's saying that's the killer. He's saying that's okay too. So if, you know, if you're stuck in it for a couple hours and life seems shitty, amazingly, that's it too.
And it doesn't mind.
So all are welcome to participate. Feel free to unmute and jump in with a comment or question.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Jim.
Hi,
I'm
Jim.
Jim. Hey, I got here kind of late because I didn't know what I was doing. So you keep talking about a person that you're referring back to, something cozy, something like that.
Yeah.
Could you tell me who that is? Because I love looking these people up. I'll look them up online.
Yeah, just go to my YouTube channel, Michael Jeffries YouTube,
Oh,
and you will see what we were talking about, Jim, was Nkosi usually comes to this meeting, and then Alice meets with him once a week privately, but she so generously allows us to share them. So I
all right.
add some music, and I strip out really some of the most profound things you're ever going to hear, and I put them up on the internet for free. So please help yourself and, you know, see what you think.
Okay. I love collecting these speakers, these non-dual speakers. I mean, I must have a couple of dozen of them by now. Guys like Jim Newman and Andreas, and I don't know if you recognize these names, but
Ah,
I can never get enough of these people. Naho, the
okay.
Japanese woman.
So
Naho.
so far you're naming the Mount Rushmore. Put Tim Kliss, put Tim Kliss in there.
Right.
Who? Put who in there?
Tim Kliss.
Tim Kliss.
I'm not hearing this very well. I probably should put on my headphones. Oh, Kliss. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Tim. Yeah, I love him.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
he's
there's so
amazing.
many. It's just, it's wonderful stuff. And I'm not enlightened or awake, as you can probably tell. So I utilize a lot of this stuff, like what you call affirmations. I did a lot of therapy in the past, so I learned how to use affirmations. And until I become awake or conscious, I'm just going to go ahead and use these affirmations. And the one I love the best is Andreas, where he says, "Nothing's wrong and nothing is missing."
Already.
If I find myself in a bad one or a funk, I just grab out that affirmation from Andreas. Nothing's wrong and nothing is missing. It kind of pulls me through, rough spots. There's more. There's other affirmations, but I don't know what else to do. Since I'm not conscious and awake, I'm not enlightened like you guys. I just have to use these affirmations. I don't know what else to do, frankly, because I can go under real fast if I'm not careful. Anyway, thanks for letting me share that with you guys. I'm going to turn my mic off.
The only thing we talk about here, Jim, is the me will never wake up. You are already awake. No difference.
Oh, yeah, nothing to do. Nothing to do.
Yeah, I can get a lot of mileage out of that already thing. I mean, I've heard that, I've seen that and heard that in many places, and I love it because it implies that there's nothing to wait for. I've been sort of waiting. I'm 84 years. I just turned 84. Okay, I know I don't look like it.
No.
But anyway, I've been waiting a long time, and thank God for, I think it was Tony Parsons or one of those who kind of let me know I don't have to wait any longer, that this is it. So I'm okay with that. Even if I'm not awake and conscious, at least I have that to sort of lean on, like What's Wrong with Right Now by Sailor Bob. What's Wrong with Right Now? I love these things because they imply that this is okay. I mean, it may not be perfect. Well, I think it is perfect, but in another way of looking at it, it may not be perfect, but it's good enough.
Hey, Jim, you were
Yes.
asking about Nkosi?
Is it I-N Nkosi or in
Nkosi. Well, you can say hi to him. He's here now.
Ing?
Nkosi. In.
Oh, oh, hi. Who's in? Oh,
Hello.
okay. Hi.
How are you?
Uh, Pretty good, actually. I love coming to these kind of meetings where you can sort of talk about stuff that I can't talk like this to anybody else. And I'm all alone. My wives are all in heaven now, so I'm all alone. I don't honestly know anybody in my current realm that I can even talk to about non-duality. It's just too weird, you know. There's no you.
Where are you from, Jim?
Huh?
Where are you from? Where?
From?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm over here in Calabasas, California.
Oh,
I guess I'm assuming all you guys are here in Los Angeles, but hard to say.
We're here from around the world, Jim.
Really, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, I think the thing I love about Tony Parsons more than any of the rest of them, although that's where I started with this non-dual thing, he let me know that this is okay right now. This is it. And of course, it took a while to absorb that. I mean, I still have a lot of programs inside of me that say things are wrong and bad, and I'm wrong and bad from rough family background. But Tony Parsons was the first guy that gave me permission to be okay right now. And then that slowly rolled downhill into all kinds of other speakers. I mean, I must have 24 speakers on my list, and now I got Michael there. I used to go see you at your house, Michael, a couple of years ago.
oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was really a mess then, man. But it's nice to be able to just talk about this stuff out loud and not have somebody giving me that look like, what the hell's guys, is he nuts? I don't want to take up this whole meeting, so maybe I should turn off my mic for a couple of minutes.
Nkosi, hi. We've been talking
Hello.
about you. We want to hear from you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. And yourself?
Okay.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Morning, everyone. Should I say morning? Good morning.
morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Nkosi.
Hello.
You know, Nkosi, we must do something pretty amazing on Saturday nights, because when I see what Michael put out in 15 minutes, what it took us an hour to do, it's just simply a piece of gold. It's just amazing. The small excerpts that are put together. And I just feel such gratitude for you, for your unconditional love. And obviously Michael's to put 7 to 10 hours in putting together these clips and pulling out the gems, even though they're all gems, but to pull out the best of the best is amazing that we can all benefit from that. And just look at the number of views it's getting. It's certainly well received by people.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's good. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's doing a great job. It's doing a great job. Yeah. Any questions?
I just like to hear anything you have to say. My question is always unanswerable. How can I wake up? I know that's so that's my question, but if you want to say anything about that.
Yeah, there's nobody to wake up. There's only this. There's only this. So what seems to be the me is already this. The one looking for it, for this, is this already. So there's nobody to wake up. There's no doer here of anything. Nobody can do anything because already there's nobody. So the one who seems to be seeking for this can never find this because already is not there. There's nobody there. There's only this. There's only this appearing as somebody or a person looking for this. So really, there's no way to go. Nobody can find this because this was never lost. It's always here. It's immediate. You can't look for it. You can't search for it because it is already here. Even the one searching for it is not already. There's only this. It is just this right here appearing as everything. Appearing as a you sitting on the chair, asking a question. Appearing as somebody walking away. Appearing as somebody arriving in the meeting. So everything is this. So there's only this appearing as an insect moving around, appearing as a sound, appearing as a thought, appearing as sensations, appearing as labels. So everything is this. There's nothing that is outside of this. There's not even outside of this. There's only this. So this is nothing appearing as everything. So the one who's looking for this will never find this because there's already this. It's just this appearing as somebody looking for this. So nothing can be found. This is formless and empty of any content. How can anything find the formless? Can you find the formless? And you are what? What are you? So there's nobody here. There's just the formless. Emptiness, spaciousness, unconditional love. There is no location. Unconditional love that was never born and never dies. It's always here. So we are dead already. That this already. There is no separation here. There's nobody who's outside of this trying to find this. That's just what's appearing. So this and its appearances are one, the same thing. A thought that says, I can't get this. It's just disappearing as that thought. A thought that says, I've got it. It's just this appearing as that thought. So everything is this. So right now there are just questions arising, thoughts arising, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with anything. Whatever is happening right now is okay. Because all is this. There's nothing outside of this. Even what seems to be a bad character, it's okay. As a matter of fact, there's no good character and bad character. It's just this. There's no character. This is beyond description. Nobody can describe this. Nobody can know this. Nobody can get this because there's only this. So all what seems to be happening, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with anything. A thought that says there must be something wrong. There's nothing wrong with this. A thought that says I can't get it. I can't get it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a thought appearing in this. Doesn't mean anything. A thought that says I've got it. It's just a thought. Doesn't mean anything. Or a thought that says I hate this. It's just a thought appearing. It's meaningless. So all is okay. There is no you and this. There's only this. So nobody can find this. Because this is alone as everything. It's just everything. There's no separate individual here. There's no one looking for anything here. There's just this. There's nowhere to get to. There's no journey. So whatever that seems to be appearing, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with anything. Even a thought that says there's something wrong, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a thought. Doesn't mean anything. Has the me ever been found? So there's no me here. It's just this. It's just this. There's no me already. There's no me looking for enlightenment. There's only enlightenment. There's no me. So whatever question may arise, it's okay. It's just a question. Doesn't mean anything.
In my session with you on Saturday night, essentially the overriding story was that I felt there was a bad character in my life, and I didn't know how to get this character out of my mind. And you said to me something about wanting to be right, that I wanted to be right, and that was like bingo for me. Yes, it gave me a sense of righteousness. Even though it's painful, it gave me a sense, yeah, that's what I want. I want to feel, but I don't. I mean, it's an awful feeling. But I will say, Nkosi, during the week and listening to that little clip that Michael put out there about 5 or 6 times this week, I still feel tentacles of wanting to be right with this particular individual. Sometimes things can fall away quickly. So I'm trying to put in your language. So what is going on with me that I don't really want to let that one go, and that I really want to be right? I mean, it's not, it comes up. I mean, it should seem so simple to just let go. But then again, when I ask this question, I'm asking for it in the framework of a me. A me wants to feel better. A me wants to be free. And I know there are no answers for the me when it isn't already.
Mm.
And I just wanted to bring that up. It seems every time I share anything with you that I always.
Yeah, they there is no you already. There's just this appearing as a you trying to be right.
Trying to be right.
Yes. So there's no you. There's no real character. There's only this. So there's no Alice already. Just this appearing as Alice trying to be right. So it's okay. There's nothing wrong with anything.
Oh, so I get to be Alice appearing as being right, huh?
Yeah, you are not Alice.
No.
Yeah.
No. And it doesn't feel so good.
Yeah. There is no Alice already. There's just this appearing as Alice looking for this, trying to be right. So what seems to be that character cannot find this because it is already this. It's just this appearing as that character. So I should say that there's no you already.
Can I say something? Alice, there's somebody in my world that I don't like either. And because I've been embracing this message, I find that I can sort of give myself permission to be grumpy and cross with him and to think bad thoughts about him and get mad and get angry. That's all okay. I used to try to push that down.
Sorry.
That's okay. I used to try to push that down and I felt bad about myself. I thought, how could you be such a mean person and, to think that so unkindly of somebody else and all this razzmatazz. But thankfully, lately, I can allow myself to be cranky and grumpy with this bloke. And I even talked to my grandchildren the other day about how I think he's a slime bag. And, and I would never, I would think I was setting a bad example for them to be judging other people before. But now I'm just having fun with it and I don't really care. And I think I connect better with the grandchildren too. I think that they get the giggles and we giggle all together because they have people they don't like and I have people I don't like. And here we are all in this big medley of don't liking, but it's all okay. Doesn't matter.
I love it.
That's my 2 bobs worth.
Thank you, Faith. Yes. Yes, it's judging myself. I'll tell her I'll call her back. I'm on the phone now. Can I call you back? I'm on a webinar. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I just saw myself so strongly in what you just shared, Alice. And it's like, that's the problem, is the me wants to be a certain way to be okay.
Yes.
I'm not okay, but we are. And if we get, I just want to get this, and the me won't, I know, but I want to get what you said and what Nkosi said, that it's always just this appearing as something else. And then there would be this relief and peace, and in this body, there would be just, freedom. And it's there, but it's not experienced by the me, certainly. And I so get what you just said. I say that so often. Oh God, I judged that person. I did this, I did that. I want to just be liked and accepted and good, and I am sometimes. But not all the time. So I got it just somehow more this time.
Yeah. And I got when you said you just want to be liked and be good and whatever you said. And I thought, I bet that person wants that too.
Yeah. Well, the me wants to be liked. The me wants to be popular and this and that and okay, mainly just okay. I want to be okay. And I was brought up with a very critical parent who, I was okay when I was smiling and sweet and not angry. And, many of us were. So it's just a misbelief. It's like, we're already okay. So thank you, both of you.
Thank you.
Yes, because I think somebody asked him, Cliff, was he a nicer person or something after he'd woken up or whatever. And I think his answer was probably not. I'm probably not a nicer person. So that's good because that gives me a bit of freedom to be snarly and cranky with my neighbour. I mean, I don't go and do anything to him, but in my head, I'm allowed to judge him. I can do what I want to do and I can have fun with the grandchildren, poke fun at him with the grandchildren, and that's all okay. That's just this. That's not, it gives me a freedom to be without the construct of having to be a good girl, Yeah.
Yeah, there's nobody to do anything here. There's nobody who's trying to be anything here. There's only this. There's only this. So whatever may appear to happen is just happening and nobody's doing anything. There's no doer. There's never been a doer. Yeah. So there's only this. appearing as somebody who's angry, appearing as somebody who's frustrated, or should I say appearing as frustration, appearing as anger. So there's never been anyone here. There's only this. There's no one living here. There's no one who is alive here. And no one will ever die because there's no one here. We are not living. There's just life as it is now. And there's nothing wrong with this. So anything may seem to happen. There's nothing wrong with anything. Because all is this. All is this. So there is no me already. The me will never disappear because the me never even appeared. So there's no you already. There's just this. This is nothing appearing as everything. What's the sound? Is it a bird?
Yeah, I think it was Faith Bird.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's only this. Nobody can find anything here. So there may seem to be a searching or a search going on, but nobody's searching for anything. Nobody's doing anything. Seeking may arise, but nobody's seeking. It's just seeking appearing. So all is this. And what seems to be happening right now, sitting on the chair, moving of the head around, smiling, sad face. It's okay, because all is this. Yeah, that's it.
I can get a lot of relief and pleasure from the notion or the teaching or the pointer about happening. The way I was raised and the family that I came from, there was a lot of blame and guilt and shame, and you did this and you did that, and you're bad and you're wrong. So it's amazing to get to be an old man and have somebody tell me it's all just happening instead of you did this and you did that, and you're bad and you're wrong. It's such a relief. I know that that's not awakening and that's not realization like you have, but it's close. I mean, it's close enough because I'm very willing to settle for feeling good, some good feelings and things happening. I mean, sometimes I sleep in. I like to sleep a lot. And when I get up after sleeping in, I no longer get up and blame myself and shame myself and beat myself up. I just go, well, sleeping happened. And then I go out and I get on a bus, I see weird things going on around me, and I just it's convenient. I know it's a cop out and it's an excuse in a way. Things happen, but I don't know how else to describe it. And plus, because it's indescribable. There's no point in attempting to describe it. But the idea that it just happens, like the lady was talking about, she gets angry, and the other lady was talking about something, about wanting to be right. And for me, that's all easily handled under the notion of it just happens. It's just happening. I don't know what else to say about it other than that. I mean, if I ever wake up and become able to talk like Nkosi or any of the others, I'll say it differently. But for the time being, it's just happening, and it feels pretty good. It relieves a lot of the guilt and the shame around. Oh, look what you just did. Oh, you did that. You thought that. You wanted to do that. No. Yeah, I thought something pretty awful and ugly, and it just happened.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
a lot of times, what comes in a like a memory. So I've got lots and lots of ugly memories from my past, and when they pop up, I go, oh look, it's happening, and then it just kind of dissolves or disappears. So it's kind of a relief to have that, I suppose, concept. I don't know what else to call it. The concept of things happening as a sort of a relief switch, because there's a lot of horrible things going on. COVID-19, people shooting each other, wars, and I mean, it's just terrifying stuff. And what if it's just happening? It's just happening. I mean, what else can I say about it? Other than I can't do anything about it. I can't do anything about the political situation here in the country, in America. But it's just happening. So there it is. That's kind of, it's not how I deal with it, but that's kind of how it feels to me these days. To let things happen and not get all screwed up about it. Oh my God, that shouldn't have happened. No, that shouldn't have. No, that's can't. No, it happens. That's kind of where I stand with this whole thing for now, until I wake up and become a Tony Parsons or a Kenoshi. That's all I want to say about happening. Thanks. Bye.
Oh my God. Yeah, this is funny. Yeah, it's kind of the me that has a problem that thinks annoyance shouldn't be arising. Like, kind of disguised as judgment. That's not how an enlightened person behaves. They do not have annoyance. Okay, that's a bunch of bullshit. There's already no you there to know anything. So that's the ghost. Oh, this shouldn't be happening. Oh, this is wrong. Oh, I don't like this feeling. But let me ask you, what were you upset about 2 days ago? What story were you bothered by 2 days ago? Two hours ago? You know, Nkosi said something. He always says stuff that strikes me. And one of the things he said was, The bodies are all walking around, but they don't know where they're going. Any other last comments or questions before we close out this evening?
I feel so much quieter now than I did when we started this meeting. It's just the energy. Thank you. And Nkosi, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, so much. Thank you, Nkosi.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, no words.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
See you later.
Thank you.